Hello, and welcome to this video from Value Transformation. I'm John Quigley, and this is the first use of the new Sony camera, so it might be a little clunky. Today, in this gray, drizzly North Carolina, almost like fall feeling day, even though it's the end of summer, I was thinking about transparency. Or more importantly, how the lack of transparency can affect your employees, your organization development, and your morale. For example, we can say lack of transparency in human resources. When we already know who we want to have the job, but we post the job internally, allowing people to apply, knowing that the only one person that needs to apply is the one person we already have selected for the job. It's really an academic exercise, and that's okay as long as the management knows that. But when the employees know that, or even if they think that, or believe that, or have that perception, then the employees can come to the conclusion that they do not have a career, they have a job. They do not have the wherewithal to influence their job or their growth at the company. This is not a morale builder. See the lack of transparency in project management as well. When things are boiled down or distilled down to green smiley faces to represent everything's fine and dandy, but the metrics behind those probably tell you other things, give you the term watermelon green, as in the outside's green. But if you scratch the surface and ask any questions beyond that, you will find out that this situation is either yellow, but more likely it is glowing red, like the inside of a watermelon. You see the same thing with testing. Have you found any bugs in the testing? No, I haven't. It must mean we have a good quality product, right? Could also mean that I've only tested 1% of the total features possible, and maybe they've been benign features, the kind of things that if they fail, they cause no problem. Or maybe I found nothing because I tested nothing at all. In which case, the I found no problems or there are no fault reports is not really truthful or accurate. No, excuse me, it's truthful, but it's not very accurate, and it's misleading. Sometimes we think these things happen because self-preservation. Nobody wants to admit that they're behind schedule or they're not performing as the project or as the organization needs or expects. But the thing is, problems happen. Situations arise, and they change. And you have to adapt to those things. And it could lead to the very state that you find yourself in that you're covering up. We can see all this stuff leading to something called, what I like to call, product development chicken, where we hold our cards to our vest, the fact that some things aren't working quite like we expect, but we expect somebody else to have a bigger problem, and we want their problem to come to bear first. And then while everybody's fixing their problem, that particular issue with the project or the product, I can hurriedly fix my thing, my situation, and it'll never come to pass that anybody would ever know. This is not an effective way to run a product development organization in my mind. It does not foster teamwork, it does not bring the people together, and it doesn't accurately get your folks addressing the problems as they arise quickly as a proactive measure to solving the situation rather than at some future date when there's little time left. Transparency is very important. And it's transparency in most everything you do. Everything from the human resources aspect to the actual detailed level of the work. Now, if you don't mind, I think I've probably spoke too long. I think I'm going to get out of the rain a little bit and maybe get a cup of coffee. Have a great day.